All right, everybody, today we're coming at you with WrestleMania Goes Hollywood. WrestleMania 39 predictions for the entire card for night 1 along with night 2. So let's get this started and step into the ring. All right, and we're kicking off night 1 with the United States Championship match between the champion and A-Town Down, Austin Theory, defending his championship against a man who he seems to have lost all respect for in the multiple-time world champion, the former Chain Gang soldier and the Doctor of Thugonomics in John Cena. Listen, this match is 100% giving me the vibes of when John Cena made his debut in the WWE in 2002 and walked into SmackDown claiming that he had ruthless aggression and smacking Kurt Angle across the face. Except in John Cena's place this year is Austin Theory defending his United States Championship. The first major singles title that John Cena ever won was the United States Championship at WrestleMania 20 in Madison Square Garden. And now he's coming back to try to regain the title again after winning it at WrestleMania down the line in his career against Rusev back at, I believe, WrestleMania 31. I think that this match, a lot of people may think that John Cena is going to get the win. He's coming back. He's been away for a little bit. This is a big match. This screams an Austin Theory win for me from the rooftops. I expect Austin Theory to beat John Cena in a sort of passing of the torch moment. We've seen some of these moments in Cena's career throughout the later years of his career, maybe around the last 3, 4, 5 years of Cena's presence inside the WWE, where he tends to pass the torch to these young guns, where he didn't really do that much earlier on in his career. But I think that this is 100% screaming a Theory title defense. I think these two are going to have a fantastic match. The promos, the chemistry, the bad blood going into it, the story, everything behind it. I love this match. I don't necessarily think it should be the opener, but I have to go with Austin Theory to retain the United States Championship and defeat John Cena in a passing of the torch moment. So give me A-Town Down to walk out still the United States Champion. All right, and we're going to move on to the next match for the SmackDown Women's Championship between the champion in Charlotte Flair and the female member of the Judgment Day in, I guess, the mouthpiece of the Judgment Day in Rhea Ripley. Rhea Ripley coming in off that Royal Rumble 2023 victory, and to be honest, I could see this match going either way. You know, every time we think that Charlotte's going to lose one of her multiple championships that she probably shouldn't have won as many as she did, she tends to come out on top. And then whenever we think Charlotte might get the victory, that's when she ends up dropping the titles. I think that this should be Rhea Ripley's crowning moment. They had a match at WrestleMania 36 where Charlotte was able to defeat Rhea Ripley and win the NXT Women's Championship. I expect this to be the crowning moment for Rhea Ripley. I don't think they're going to want to have Rhea drop 2 title chances to Charlotte Flair, and she should win this match. She's been great in the Judgment Day. She's yet to have like that big moment in her career as a woman aside from, you know, the Women's Royal Rumble winner, but I think that this is going to be Rhea Ripley's WrestleMania moment. She should have defeated Charlotte Flair and retained her NXT Women's Championship when they faced off at WrestleMania 36. It didn't happen. So now give me Rhea Ripley to win and become the new SmackDown Women's Champion after winning the Royal Rumble and adding the first piece of gold to the Judgment Day. Up next, we've got the triple threat tag team match between Becky Lynch, Trish Stratus, and Lita taking on Damage Control in Bayley, Io Sky, and Dakota Kai. I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time on this match. It seems like they've built this up pretty decently throughout the road to WrestleMania, so I'm glad that it has a little bit more eyes on it than it normally would have. But I don't see this as being a crowning moment for Damage Control. They've done well as a tag team in the WWE, but to be honest, I don't think they're doing a lot for a ton of fans, and everybody's going to be on the side of Trish Stratus, Lita, and Becky Lynch going into this match, aside from some hardcore pro wrestling fans. And I think WrestleMania Goes Hollywood, huge stage, big moment, you know, huge WrestleMania. They're going to have the legends pull out the victory here. So I think Trish Stratus, Lita, and Becky Lynch will go over on Damage Control and get that big, you know, legends pop inside of the WrestleMania stadium. So give me Becky Lynch, Lita, and Trish Stratus to defeat Damage Control and get a huge win on WrestleMania 39. All right, and then another match that I don't think a ton of fans were expecting starting off the year. You've got a match between Logan Paul and Seth freaking Rollins. Listen, man, I think that this could go either way. I know everybody's talking about Logan Paul's contract and he might not re-sign with the WWE and he might go away for a little bit. Listen, I could see Logan Paul stepping away from the WWE and just having those few short moments that he had, and then that big moment in the Royal Rumble with Ricochet, the great match against Roman Reigns. But I don't think Logan Paul's going anywhere. I really don't. So I think that this match is a little bit harder to predict than many people may originally think. I think that the best option is for Seth Rollins to go over on Logan Paul and then work his way towards the WWE Undisputed Universal Championship, or one of the titles if they do end up splitting the championships after Mania. And I think that Seth Rollins should win, but it would not shock me if Logan Paul pulled off the upset and defeated Seth Rollins on the WrestleMania stage. And in his first big WrestleMania singles match against the top star in the company, I think it would get a huge pop from the crowd, although a lot of it would probably be boos more than cheers. But I am going to go with Seth Rollins to defeat Logan Paul here in a great match. I think these two are going to tear the house down. I think it's going to be a lot better than people may originally expect. But I do expect Seth freaking Rollins to defeat Logan Paul and then set his eyes on the WWE Undisputed Universal Championship. Alright, and then you've got the match, father versus son, the battle of the Mysterios. Rey Mysterio challenging his son and Dominic Mysterio in a huge grudge match that has been phenomenally built up going into WrestleMania, with Rey Mysterio, taking all the verbal abuse and the physical abuse from his son and the member of the Judgment Day and Dominic Mysterio, but not wanting to go to the place he doesn't want to go to. He doesn't want to hurt his son. He doesn't want to beat up his son. He doesn't want to have physical altercations with his son because, he loves him. He wants him to succeed, but he doesn't want there to be bad blood. But he doesn't respect what he's doing, but he still loves him as his father. I like everything about this match. I'm glad that they saved it for WrestleMania. I think there's going to be more than one match in this saga between the Mysterios. But when it comes to breaking down the match, I think that the smart pick would be to go with Rey Mysterio to defeat Dominic Mysterio, get that one, comeuppance on his son, and then, Dominic and Mysterio, or Dominic and Rey, I should say, can embrace after the match and maybe go back together as a tag team. But since I think that there is going to be more matches than this, I would say that Rey Mysterio is going to defeat Dominic here at WrestleMania, but then after the match, he's going to try to embrace Dominic, and Dominic's going to low blow him, and then the rest of the members of the Judgment Day are going to come in and beat down Mysterio. Dominic's going to walk up the stage with that smirk on his face with Rey laid out in the middle of the ring, and we'll have another match probably at SummerSlam or somewhere further down the line, maybe Money in the Bank. But I am going to go with Rey Mysterio to win here. This should be a great match. I'm glad that they saved it for WrestleMania, but I don't think this is the end of the road for the Battle of the Mysterios. But give me Rey Mysterio over Dominic. Alright, and now we go to the showcase match between 4 separate tag teams to showcase the SmackDown Tag Division. You've got the Street Profits and Montez Ford and Angelo Dawkins taking on the newly formed team of Ricochet and Braun Strowman, going up against the Alpha Academy and Chad Gable and Otis, and then followed up with the Viking Raiders and Eric and Ivar. I think that this match is going to be madness. I think everybody in this match is going to get their spots in. It's going to be crazy. This might be your match of the night, or one of the matches of the night for night one. I think that these teams are going to bring everything that they've got. They're going to go balls to the wall, and they're going to go from bell to bell, doing some of the craziest spots that we've seen in a tag team match at Mania. Having the likes of Ricochet, Chad Gable, Montez Ford, and the Viking Raiders inside the ring together, this is going to be madness, just like I said. But when it comes to breaking down a winner, I think that this match screams Ricochet and Braun Strowman to get the victory. I know people are going to say that teams like the Street Profits, Alpha Academy and the Viking Raiders are more established, but that's exactly why I'm going to give the win to Ricochet and Braun Strowman. Ricochet has done amazing tag team work inside the WWE, alongside a man who's no longer in the WWE and under AEW in the House of Black with Malachi Black, but he was known as Aleister Black in the WWE. He's a phenomenal tag team wrestler, a great singles wrestler. I'd love to see his singles career really take off. I know he won the Intercontinental title, but I'd like to see him do more. But I am going to go with Ricochet and Braun Strowman to get the victory here in the SmackDown Tag Team Showcase match and defeat the Street Profits, Alpha Academy, and the Viking Raiders. So give me Ricochet and Braun Strowman to come over with a big WrestleMania victory. Alright, and then in the match that I believe should be the main event of WrestleMania 39 Night 1, you have the tag team title match between the Usos and Jimmy and Jey Uso as members of the Bloodline, alongside Solo Sikoa and Roman Reigns, defending the tag team titles against the newly reformed, newly found, and stronger friendship in Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. Listen, I think that this WrestleMania is going to be the downfall of the Bloodline in more ways than one, but that doesn't necessarily mean that they have to lose the match in order to continue to form the cracks that have already built in the foundation of this family. I think that the smart win, or the smart pick, I should say, would be to pick Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn to come out on top, end off WrestleMania Night 1 with Owens and Zayn holding the tag team championships and defeating the Usos. I could definitely see that, but in another realm, and in my opinion, I think that the Usos are actually going to retain the tag team titles due to a disqualification with Jay taking out Jimmy. I think that there's going to be a moment where, you know, Jay has to attack Sammy or something and he hesitates, and then Jimmy's coming up to him. He slaps Jimmy in the face, or he slaps Jay in the face, does Jimmy, and then Jay loses it, super kicks Jimmy, looks at him, you know, is all pissed off, walks out of the ring, walks up the ramp, and then Kevin Owens hits the pop-up powerbomb. Zayn hits the Helluva Kick, or the Helluva Kick into the pop-up powerbomb, and they win, get the 1-2-3, and win the tag team titles. However, the match would end in a disqualification because Jay attacked Jimmy, you know, and then even though they lost, they still retain the tag titles, but it forms those cracks. The referee doesn't call for the bell right away. They don't really know what's going on. The ref's in shock. During those moments, Kevin and Sammy take the opportunity to, you know, try to win the match and defeat the Usos. They get the pin, they win, and then the ref's like, wait a minute, that was a disqualification because Jay attacked Jimmy, and, you know, you won, but you won via DQ, and there's no title change. So give me Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn to win this match via a disqualification after Jay turns on Jimmy and just can't take the abuse anymore. But the winners of the match, or still tag team champions I should say, are going to be the Usos, but the winners of the match will be Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. And then moving on to night 2 of WrestleMania 39, we have the opening match between the Raw Women's Champion and Bianca Belair defending the title against Asuka. I think this screams an Asuka victory, man. I know some people might be huge fans of Bianca, which I am myself. I think she's a phenomenal talent and one of the best women's wrestlers that the WWE has ever seen. But I think that this match is going to be Asuka's all day. I don't see a reason why Bianca Belair would need to continue her championship run. She's been the champion for a long time, you know, she's been the champion multiple times, and I think that this is Asuka's time. I think that under Triple H and Triple H's creative direction, even though it might be moving ever so slightly back towards the creative direction of Vince McMahon, you know, but that's a story for another day. I think that they're going to really want to push Asuka and try to get her to the woman and the woman of destruction that she was in NXT, and her run in NXT as the undefeated, you know, samurai. And I think Asuka gets the job done here and becomes the new Raw Women's Champion. I think that it's just the right choice. I wouldn't be mad if Bianca Belair won this match, but I think the right choice is to give the title to the Empress of Tomorrow and Asuka. So my pick is Asuka to defeat Bianca Belair and become the new Raw Women's Champion to open up night 2 of WrestleMania 39. And now we move to the triple threat match for the Intercontinental Championship between the champion and Gunther, and then defending the title against former tag team partners in Sheamus and Drew McIntyre. Gunther versus Sheamus versus McIntyre is going to be a car crash from bell to bell. These men are some of the best performers and some of the best big men performers that the WWE has ever seen, and definitely in this new era of the WWE. And if Triple H did have creative direction, which I'm positive he did in coming up with this match, he knows that these men are going to put on a WrestleMania-worthy match, and a match that's going to be remembered for a very long time. But I do expect Gunther to retain the Intercontinental Championship here. I think that the dissension and the tension between Sheamus and Drew McIntyre is going to take away from the ultimate goal, which is winning the titles, and at a certain point they're going to get in each other's way, cause each other to get distracted. Gunther is going to take both of them out, capitalize, and retain the championship. So my pick is Gunther to win this match in what's going to be one of the best matches of night 2 and one of the best matches of the entire WrestleMania weekend. However, I could see an alternate universe where Sheamus does win this match, but not by pinning Gunther, by pinning Drew McIntyre and becoming the new Intercontinental Champion. I don't think there's any reason for Drew to win the title, so it's either Gunther retains or Sheamus finds a way to win, pins Drew McIntyre, becomes the new Intercontinental Champion, gets that WrestleMania moment after he had that moment where he won the world title from Daniel Bryan in around 12 seconds at WrestleMania 28, but this would be one of his first big singles title wins aside from the United States title, or one of his big singles titles wins, I should say, aside from a world championship. And I wouldn't mind seeing Sheamus win, but I'm going to go with Gunther. I think they have a lot of big plans for him. I think he will eventually move towards that world title picture after WrestleMania, but I am going to go with Gunther to retain the IC title and defeat Sheamus and Drew McIntyre by pinning McIntyre to retain the title. Up next, we have a match that I am extremely interested in and highly invested in. One of the matches I'm the most highly invested in, aside from the main event, in the first Hell in a Cell match at a WrestleMania since WrestleMania 32, where Shane McMahon took on The Undertaker in a once-in-a-lifetime style of match, I guess you could say. But you have the former leader of the Judgment Day and the multiple-time world champion in the Rated R Superstar Edge taking on the current leader of the Judgment Day and the first ever WWE Universal Champion in Finn Balor. This is a storyline that's been going on for a long time, ever since the Judgment Day turned on Edge and aligned themselves under Finn Balor alongside Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley, and this is the perfect way to end it off. A Hell in a Cell match at WrestleMania is a big deal. This is a huge moment, and this is a moment that I don't think people understand how big it is for this WrestleMania card. Like I said, a Hell in a Cell match at WrestleMania is not something you get every day, and it's been almost 10 years since we've got the last one. So you really have to take that into consideration when looking at this match. I think that this should be an Edge victory over Finn Balor, but Finn Balor's coming in as the Demon. At least it's been confirmed, I believe, that he's coming in as the Demon in this match. So Demon Finn Balor versus Edge. I think personally that Finn Balor should win this match 100%. I don't think Edge needs another WrestleMania moment. I don't think Edge needs another world title. I think that this is the perfect opportunity to put over a character in Finn Balor, even though he'll be under the Demon character, so it's not like he's beating Edge, you know, under his own volition. He's beating it with the powers and the supernatural entities that exist inside the Demon Finn Balor, but I still think that this should be the Demon Finn Balor's win all day. I think Finn Balor should go over on Edge, beat him. I think there's going to be some good interferences in this match. I think the Judgment Day and Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley will make their way into the cage alongside Dominic Mysterio, and then I think we're going to have some surprise cameos from the likes of, I heard Christian Cage got the okay to come over from AEW to the WWE for this match, so I think we're going to see Christian, and I think we're actually going to see Gangrel. I've heard some rumors and rumblings that Gangrel will be here, so maybe Edge enters into this match with the Brood entrance he used for Day 1 and Hell in a Cell and SummerSlam against Seth Rollins, and then Finn Balor comes in as the Demon. You got the Brood vampire character alongside Christian Cage, you know, Beth Phoenix and Gangrel going up against the Demon Finn Balor alongside the Judgment Day. I think this match is going to be fun as hell. I think this is going to be one of the best matches of the entire WrestleMania weekend, but I am going to go with Finn Balor to get another big WrestleMania moment, his biggest WrestleMania moment of his career, and pin Edge inside the Hell in a Cell. So my pick is going to be the Demon Finn Balor to defeat the Rated R superstar Edge inside Hell in a Cell. Alright, to be honest, I'm going to fly through these next two matches, and even though one of them includes Brock Lesnar, I think you'll understand why. You've got a tag team showcase match for the women's tag team division between the likes of Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez versus Natalya and Shotzi Blackheart versus Sonya Deville and Chelsea Green versus Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler. I'm going to just go on a limb and say that Sonya Deville and Chelsea Green get the win here. I think they're one of the most unlikely tag teams to get the victory out of this entire lot, and that's exactly why I think they're going to get the win. I think there's going to be just one of those matches where they pick the most unlikely winner, and I think this is it. I could see Shayna and Ronda winning, but I don't necessarily think they need it. And then aside from that, I think Natalya and Shotzi would be a cool team to win, but I'm going to go with Sonya Deville and Chelsea Green as the heels, some of the big heels in the match, to get the victory over the other teams inside this match and come out with a WrestleMania victory. So my pick for this match is Chelsea Green and Sonya Deville. Alright, and up next you've got the Battle of the Big Men and the Beast, Brock Lesnar taking on Omos. Listen, I don't think anybody wanted this match. Everybody thought we were probably going to get Gunther versus Brock Lesnar, whether it was for the Intercontinental Championship or not, and I really wish we would have, and I hope we do get that match at some point. But I'm not invested in this match at all. I don't think this match is going to be good. I think there might be some cool spots, and, you know, Lesnar can put on good matches with people that he wants to work with, and I know Lesnar personally asked to work with Omos for this match, so I think it might be better than people think, and there might be some spots in here that will surprise, you know, the WWE Universe and the fans watching Mania, but I am going to go with Brock Lesnar to defeat Omos. I just don't necessarily see any realm of the universe where Omos gets over on Brock Lesnar. Maybe it's a huge shocker, and that would definitely be one of the biggest WrestleMania shockers of all time if Omos did defeat Brock Lesnar, but I don't see it happening. I'm going to go with the Beast. I think it's a really short, maybe like 5 to 7 minute match, a bunch of finishers, a bunch of big moments. Somebody's going to go through the barricade, you know, miss a spear, go through the barricade, but at the end of the day, Brock Lesnar is going to hit the F5 and pin Omos in the middle of the ring to get the 1, 2, 3. So I'm going with Brock Lesnar to get the win in this match that not a ton of people really care about. Alright, and we are at the main event of WrestleMania 39. A match that could be considered a cross-branded warfare. A match that could be considered by some people as WWE versus AEW. With the longest reigning world champion of the modern era in Roman Reigns, the Tribal Chief, defending his WWE Undisputed Universal Championship against the 2023 Royal Rumble winner in Cody the American Nightmare Rhodes, or should I say the American Nightmare Cody Rhodes. Rhodes versus Reigns for a battle to end the reign of Roman. I feel like everybody going into this match is just automatically assuming that Cody Rhodes is going to walk out as the new WWE Undisputed Universal Champion. And I'm going to be honest, I think that too, but at the same time, I would not be surprised if Roman held onto the titles and defeated Cody Rhodes with some sort of shenanigans. It would not shock me if the reign continued for the Tribal Chief and Roman Reigns. A lot of people think that since Cody defeated Solo Sikoa and handed him his first pinfall loss, that is a huge deal as well, and that just continues to cement the fact that Cody's going to walk out of Mania as the champion. I'm going to pick Cody Rhodes to win and become the new WWE Undisputed Universal Champion, but to be honest, I feel like this match does have a big fight feel. The promos have been, solid between Roman, the Bloodline, Cody, Paul Heyman, and everything in between, but for some reason, this just doesn't give me that big fight feel. Now, maybe when it's night 2 on Sunday and it's WrestleMania main event time, the big fight feelings will kick in. But right now, I'm excited for the match, but I'm not as excited as I think I should be, and I think that's how a lot of fans are going into this. I think this is everything that we wanted, but Cody Rhodes getting injured, taking all that time off, winning the Royal Rumble, and facing Roman, it was so expected that I think that since it was so heavily expected, fans are still excited, fans are still hyped up about it, including myself, but it's not as big as I think fans wanted it to be. If it would have happened when Cody originally returned, then maybe it would be a different story, but after getting that injury, facing Seth Rollins in the Hell in a Cell with the torn pec, which I was actually at live, I don't know, I just feel like it doesn't have as big of a feel as it should. And that's not a knock on Cody, and that's not a knock on Roman, that's not a knock on Triple H or the booking of this match. It's just, I don't know, something feels off about this. But I do think Cody Rhodes will defeat Roman Reigns. But I would not be shocked if Roman continued his championship run. But it's getting to the point where if it's not Cody Rhodes, then who is it going to be? And that's why I have to go with Cody Rhodes. If Cody loses to Roman, is Roman going to hold on to the title for 3 years? That would be one of the worst decisions that the WWE could make right now, to have Roman continue this title run. You end it here, you end it with Cody Rhodes, you end it at WrestleMania on the grandest stage of them all for the grandest and biggest and baddest champion of the modern era of professional wrestling. Cody Rhodes splits the titles up the next night or the following week on Monday Night Raw. He debuts his own championship version. The other title goes over to SmackDown, or they cancel one of the titles and give the World Heavyweight Championship to SmackDown or something like that, or a newly designed title, and you go from there. So I'm going to pick Cody Rhodes to beat Roman, because if it's not Cody, then it won't be anybody else who ends the reign. So my pick is going to be Cody Rhodes to walk out as the new WWE Undisputed Universal Champion and hand Roman Reigns his first pinfall loss in over 2 years. It's WrestleMania season. It's WrestleMania weekend coming up. It's WrestleMania Goes Hollywood. WrestleMania 39, Rhodes versus Reigns. I can't wait, and neither can you. Enjoy it this weekend on the grandest stage of them all.